Yo, 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 good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Friday, July 11th, 7:41. Where I'm at, that's the time that it is right now. I am in Tampa, Florida. And listen, we are going to make the most out of today. We're going to make the most out of this time. But I have to start by showing you something that hopefully will make you better. And before I do that, let me just answer this message real quick. Just one moment, please. Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that's connected right now. Santana, how you doing, bro? Listen, I replied to your message. Thank you for getting back to me. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, where's my man Santana? Where you at, bro? But you got back to me. I'm happy. I responded. So yeah, I'm not gonna respond here, of course. It's private, but yes. DQ, how you doing, bro? Good morning. Let me show y'all something real quick. I'm gonna show y'all the quicker version, I guess. I'm gonna show y'all the trade. Like this week, I'm not gonna lie, this week was fire. I'll say this because I locked in on oil. Like I just locked in on oil. I stopped trading everything else. Not because everything else is bad. Like I still been like I caught some good setups with gold and everything, but not this week. But I'm saying like I can trade other stuff. The only thing is that I'm seeing that my read on oil. I'm not saying it's perfect. Nobody's perfect, but I read oil the best out of all of the instruments. I think I read it the best. So let me just show you all the setups first. So yesterday, look at this crazy liquidity grab. So I'm gonna read this first. So it says I just caught this crazy liquidity grab, 1-to-12 risk to reward ratio on this setup. My biggest trade yet. I think I've been saying that for every trade, but it's because they are becoming like bigger and bigger. So my biggest trade yet, and on my life account, I'm finding my rhythm. This was freaking crazy. It happened in like 5 seconds. Like hitting take profit, hitting TP was in like 5 seconds. So I did take a $13 loss before. So that was on this setup. Like right before that one, I took this small loss. It was like $13, and it was on this supply setup. So it had the supply setup right here by liquidity. So one of the things that I do, which I think, and I don't want to sound crazy because I guess this is how I talk to myself. I'm not like saying like, oh, this is what makes me great, but in my mind, what will bring greatness, I'll say it like that. What will bring greatness is me focusing on what will make me the best, right? The best for me, like the best version of myself. So what I do is I don't just give up on a setup. So first I see this supply, right? There is a supply setup right here. It failed. Now I get out quick. Like I just get out quick. I lost $13. That's it. Nothing, right? But I don't just give up. I see that there's liquidity up here. Why? Because look at these wicks. Wherever you have resistance, wherever you have support, you're gonna have liquidity in that area. So I said, you know what? If this one fails, I'm gonna wait for the liquidity grab. So it's like I always have a backup plan. Put it that way, or I try to have a backup plan. So my backup plan was this liquidity grab. So this supply zone failed, but look at this. Now people, and I had to zoom in because people think that a liquidity grab has to be like this big wick up the zone, like it has to cut through the zone like huge. No, this little like I'm not gonna say the word that I thought, but like this little tip right here, He stopped out anybody that had a stop loss right here where I have this white line. There was a lot of people with stop losses here. That wick right there stopped them out. How the hell do I know that? Because I used to be them. I used to be the person with the stop loss right there, and that little wick, it would take me out and then go in my direction, and I was mad as hell. That was me. But if you remember what I said, what type of trader am I working on becoming now? I'm working on becoming the type of trader that only trades when other people lost. This tip right here stopped out anybody that was in this area. Stopped them out. Like anybody that had the stop loss right here, stopped them out, and now it's reversing. So I saw that wick, boom, take these people out. You see how it's the details, like you gotta focus on the details. Like the details are important. That right there, that's a small detail, but the money is in the details. In the market, the money's in the details. So let me just make sure I see the comments, but the money is in the details. I'm just gonna finish this thought. Look at that small wick, but I used to get stopped out by that, and then the market will go in my favor. It wasn't until I learned about liquidity graphs that I understood why I was getting stopped out. Once I understood that, I'm like, okay, let me wait. So it goes up. You might think, or you think that it's gonna break resistance. People start jumping in, buying. They buy, but then the market stop all of these people out. The people that were gonna sell, stop them out. But now it's gonna reverse and stop the new buyers. It's gonna stop them out because it's gonna reverse. So it's gonna go towards their stop loss. At this point, I'm just waiting for my entry. My entry is right here. This the break of the previous candle. So this red candle has to go past the low of this candle. The low is at the wick. Once it goes to this line here, like this whole line here, that's my entry price. I entered, and once I entered, boom, it just went straight down. I took profit here, and then I just closed out. And that right there, like, that was a great trade. And then on the 7th, so the 7th was when? Monday? Let me just double check. I want to be accurate. So the 7th was, yeah, Monday. On Monday, I took this other setup, and it wasn't straight like that one, but almost. Like it just, boom, like it just pulled back here at the entry a little bit, but then it just shot up. Closed, kept shooting up. I took my, and this is not, I don't even do one-to-ones anymore. I have another way. I target the one-to-one, but I make it a higher risk to reward trade, and then the runner just, I cut it up here, and then I'm not gonna lie, I felt some type of way because it kept going. So, but eventually I'm gonna have 3 contracts. Right now I trade with two micros. Eventually I'll have 3, and then I'll have another level to catch. But right now I can't do that because if I keep getting stopped out with 3 contracts, that's gonna be a bigger dent in my account. And right now, literally for the first time since January, like my life account is actually going up, because of course I had some learning to do too throughout this past few months, learning the Trump markets. I'm not gonna lie, that was a challenge. I had to do that. I had to learn the Trump markets and all of that, and I did. And I think that this next 5 months, I'm gonna lose, but when I lose now, I'm losing different than how I was losing before. Before I would revenge trade. Before I would just literally like just tilt. I'm not doing that now, and of course I gotta keep working at it, because if I tilt one time, I could erase everything that I've done up to this point. So I'm just doing one thing, and I'm gonna start with the topic. Well, I'm gonna read the comments right after this, and then I'll start with the topic. You know what I'm doing now to just prevent tilting? I'm just gonna show you here. So I'm the type of person where, let me look for it first. Okay, here. So I'm sharing my daily P&L. My daily P&L, for example, it shows you how many trades I took. Now I'm gonna share my trading plan, which I haven't shared it, but generally you know that I'm only trading one setup. Now, one setup could have up to 2 entries. So if you see up to like 4 contracts, because 2 entries for me is 2 contracts an entry, so you could see up to 4 contracts. And I'm going to detail all of that in my trading plan. But if you see more than what I say on the trading plan, you're going to know that I broke my plan. So for me, of course, I want to be a great example. I know that if I break that, I'm not being a great example. And that, I'm going to put it this way. When I say it terrifies me, it's not that I'm scared, but it's like I don't want to let people down, mainly because you guys are placing your trust in me, right? And that's earned. Like I know I could lose it like this, and you would have all the right in the world. Like if you see me tripping and I don't change and I don't get better, like you have all the right in the world to like just say, you know what, this dude's tripping. I don't want to lose that. I've been working hard for that, so I'm sharing my P&L. And that right there for me keeps me in check, because I know that if I tilt, I'm gonna have to share this. And if this was to say 12 like contracts, 20 contracts, you know that I tilted. And I mean, at that point, you know, either you could be like, yo, like, you know, you could help me out, or you could be like, you know what, like you broke your word, and I would take all of it. I would accept the consequences. So I'm just preventing that by sharing my P&L. All right, let's look at the comments. So Santana said, yeah, I've been working. Yep. I inboxed you last night. Okay, DQ. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was knocked out. I try to wake up early today, and I was just tired. But I'm gonna listen to it. I did see that it's a voice note, so I'm gonna listen to it. Right after this stream, I'll listen to it and get back to you. Vashi, happy Friday, guys. And then she says, hi, DQ and Santana. Good morning. Let's see. What exactly is a liquidity grab? I'm going to put it this way, DQ. Liquidity grab, I'm not even going to get super technical. I'm just going to say this. The market knows, generally, it's not that they see where people put their stop loss. It's mainly that they know like where people put the stop loss, mainly because they're like, for example, people generally put their stop loss below like a, hold on, I'm trying to get simple, but they just know where the money's at. Generally, it's not because they see it, but it's because they know usually where people are likely to put their stop loss. All of those stop loss together, that's money. So when I say liquidity grab, liquidity equals money. They're grabbing that money. They go towards where the money's at, they take it, and then they run. That's what it is. Like, that's all it is. I'm not gonna get super technical. Does the course get into liquidity grabs? I don't know. I'll check. If it doesn't, I'll make a video on liquidity grabs. But as I was showing you, and I'll just show you one more time, just so that it makes more sense. Like, for example, the market makers, and even me, like, you would know too, like, after some experience, you would know that people are likely to put their stop loss, for example, above resistance, below support. Like, that's just usually what people would do. So the market will go towards that resistance, right? It goes all the way up. When it goes all the way up, whoever had their stop loss here, the market just grab all that money, and then it goes the opposite way. So it's like he went for that money, grabbed it, and he left them, took all of it and left. So that's what I mean by liquidity grab. The market taking money to leave. But a liquidity grab is intentional. And when you see this like this is why it dropped so hard, because it was intentional. The market meant to do that. Sometimes you may get like a breakout that fails. A failed breakout is not going to drop so hard, because that's just the market, trying to push. It just failed to break the level. So, and then sometimes it just tries it again. Liquidity grab just goes straight for the money and leaves. That's the main difference. If it doesn't make like a lot of sense right now, that's okay. I'll make a video. If I don't have it in the course, I gotta check. I just don't remember. But if I don't, I'll just make a video on liquidity grabs, and I could just like really like break this down. Okay, Santana has said, I think it's when they take your money. DQ, yeah, that's what it is. They take everybody's money, not just yours. It's not like they just saw your order and they're just gonna take you out. They take out a bunch of orders. That's mainly what it is. Vashi is still fighting this new strain of COVID, but getting some energy back, and coughing is reducing finally 2 weeks later. And that's understandable. Like, that stuff lasts a while. So I remember January, not this year, last year, I caught a flu, just a flu. And I had it for the whole month. Like, it was crazy. So yes, still, giving that good energy, hoping you get like better, like exponentially faster. So yes. Okay, and then DQ said, okay, he said he doing it, so he taking money. So, well, it's not like it's not me taking money, it's just the market, like literally, like the banks, institutions, just going for it. Like, it's not just a single person cannot push. Like a retail trader like me and you, we cannot push the market like that. So that's just the market makers, institutions. They're the ones like literally, they'll start buying a lot, take all of this out, take all this money, and then just drop. So yes, any price action move is a move, and still snatch your edges. And then DQ says, and exactly how you seen those, because I don't see no pattern. So you're asking how I see the liquidity grab. Like, if that's your question, then you could let me know. If that's your question, I learned this from my mentor. Like, I did, like, he pretty much taught us how to spot the liquidity grabs. And of course, over time, I've been catching my own. And I will say, like, when I make the most profit is when I catch these liquidity grabs, because they move aggressively. Like, once they go towards take profit, they go hard. So usually, like, I did get good at spotting this. So I'll make a video on liquidity grabs. You know what? I'll say this, and you guys could hold me to this. I'm even gonna write it down. Hold on. Let me write it down. I'm gonna make, so once we're done with this book, which we're pretty much done, we got 2 more sections. Look at this. I'm not saying 2 more videos, just 2 more sections. We are here at the engulfing bar candlestick pattern. Now we got to get through this. This might be a few videos, but then we only have the inside bar candlestick, and that's it. Conclusion. So we just have 2 sections. It might break out into like 3, 4, 5 videos, but once we're done, and I'm going to put it here in my notebook, we're going to go into liquidity grabs. But what I will do is I'm only going to put, well, you know what? The liquidity grabs, don't even worry about it. I'm just going to do a video in between. I'm just going to put it. That's only going to be for the community. Because why am I just going to do it for the community? Because that's where the money's at. Like, that's more specific. That's a strategy. That's something. You guys are both in the community, or everybody that's here is pretty much in the community. So I'm going to post that video. It's going to be private, like on YouTube, so YouTube doesn't see it. But everybody on the Discord will see it. So I will tag you. I will tag you guys. When I post it, so that may come anytime before we finish this book. So I'm not just giving y'all a date just because I don't know what's going on this week, and I gotta check with the wife. But I'll make that video, post it in in the Discord. So yep, I have it in my notebook. I got you guys. We're gonna get started on the topic. Just give me a moment. I just gotta respond a message. Okay, I'm back. Let's get straight into this. Any questions before I continue? Any questions? We're gonna go into the topic here, but I want to know if there are questions. And I know I'm going a little bit over today. That's okay. That's the only thing. I like starting early because if I go over, like it's not too bad. At least I'm not finishing at 10 or 11. So any questions? I have my phone here. On my phone, I'm looking at the comments until I get my other monitor. I gotta get my other monitor. So yes, they're all yes. So all right, the engulfing bar candlestick pattern, page 109. So we already finished with this, like trading tactics, the pin bars. We are now looking at the engulfing bar candlestick pattern, page 109. Going straight down there. Okay, the engulfing bar candlestick pattern. Now this one is very, very powerful. Definitely pay attention here, because this engulfing bar candlestick pattern is one of the most powerful ones, one of the most powerful entry signals. So look, the engulfing bar pattern is one of the most powerful and profitable. I should have said profitable too, but definitely powerful and profitable price action patterns. Let's put that on the Discord. I just share that with y'all, and as I said before, for some reason some words get stuck together when I share, but you guys can separate them. But yes, it's definitely one of the most powerful and profitable price action patterns. Knowing how to use it properly as an entry signal will tremendously improve your trading profitability. In this section, you will learn how to use the engulfing bar pattern profitably. It doesn't matter if you are a beginner or advanced trader. If you are looking for seriously a better trading strategy, more than what you have been using, you have come to the right place. What is an engulfing bar pattern? So this reversal candlestick pattern, again, this book shows you a lot of reversal candlestick patterns, not necessarily, or it doesn't put them in the context of a continuation, like the trend continuing, but the trend reversing, or not even the trend, even pullbacks, right? Whenever the market is reversing. So this reversal candlestick pattern consists of two opposite colored bodies. So number one, it has what? Two opposite colored bodies. Let's put that again. Let's put that here in the comment section. That's important. So two opposite colored bodies in which the second body engulfs or covers entirely the first one. So this second candle will always cover completely from the low to the high of the previous candle. It's gonna be wrapped up completely. It's gonna be like a blanket covering that candle. That's it. Like, just put it that way. And real quick, we have 6 people right now. We gotta celebrate that. Go ahead and like the video right now so that YouTube continues sharing these streams with everybody. Go ahead and like it, please. Let's see how many likes we have right now. If you haven't liked the video, please go ahead and like it. We got 3 likes, 4 likes. We got 4. We just need 2 more likes. So if you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it, please, so that YouTube just continues to grow the channel and more people could benefit from this knowledge. But let's continue. So again, this second candle will always be bigger than the previous one, whether it's going up or down. This bearish candle is wrapping up this bullish candle. You see the high of the previous candle is being covered by the second one, by the high of this second one. So it's always, the second candle will always completely eat. Like in my mind, this one is eating the previous one. That's what it is. It's swallowing the previous one. So that's what an engulfing candlestick pattern is, or an engulfing candle. This is an engulfing candle. A lot of people on YouTube will say engulfing candle, and that's what it is. This candle engulfs the previous one. So I know I stood there a little bit. I just want you to see this and understand it to the T. So a bullish engulfing pattern forms at the end of a downtrend. So the bullish, so for example, this pattern occurs at the bottom of a downtrend. Why? Because this is telling you that the market is now going up. So a bullish pattern forms at the end of a downtrend. It provides a clear signal that the buying pressure has overwhelmed the selling pressure. Buyers overwhelm the sellers. In other words, the buyers are now involved. That's what it is. A bearish engulfing pattern occurs at the end of an uptrend. So this one. So the market is going up, and then this is at the end of that uptrend. So you see that bullish candle and then the engulfing bearish one. Now the market is going down. It is at the top of a trend. It is a top trend reversal indicator. It shows that the bulls are no more in control of the market, and the price trend is likely to reverse. So look at this bullish engulfing. Look at it. It's a downtrend. You get that candlestick pattern. It becomes an indication that the trend is gonna reverse. So this image definitely study that. Is on page 110. That's the bullish engulfing. The bullish comes from that bullish candle, the second candle. Bearish engulfing is the opposite. You got the uptrend here. You got the bullish candle, but the bearish engulfing. And they also call it an engulfing bar. So if you hear that engulfing bar, don't, it's still the same thing. So the engulfing candle, engulfing bar, you see that, and now the market goes down. According to Steve Nissen, I guess, I don't see no L, so Steve Nissen, the father of modern candlestick charting, this candle must meet 3 important criteria to be considered as a reversal pattern. So just because you see that pattern, it doesn't mean it's always a reversal pattern. To be a reversal pattern, it needs to meet these 3 criteria here. So the market is in a clearly definable uptrend or downtrend. So if you see those candlestick patterns in consolidation, with the market moving sideways, with the market ranging in a range, it doesn't mean anything. You could see that pattern in a range, in consolidation. It does not mean anything. You need a trend. It doesn't matter. It could be an uptrend. It could be a downtrend. You need a trend. And this is partially why even this week I only traded 3 days out of the 5, because I only caught trends those 3 days, but not the whole 5. So right now I think I got way better now. I just waiting for the trend. If there is no trend, I'm not trading, at least this week. I think hopefully we could keep replicating that, the rest of my lifetime now. So the market is in a clearly definable uptrend or downtrend. The engulfing candle compromises. So the engulfing candle compromises of 2 candlesticks. So it has 2 candlesticks, and the first body is entirely engulfed, entirely covered by the second one. And the second real body is the opposite of the first real body, the opposite color. It has to be a different color. So you need this. This is the requirements for an engulfing candle. You need a trend. You need 2 candlesticks. The second candle needs to completely cover the first one, but then they need to be 2 different colors. That's it. Any questions here? Any questions? Any comments? Before I continue, any questions? Any comments? And you know what? I'm going to leave it here, page 111. So tomorrow we start, actually tomorrow is Saturday. Monday. If I go live over the weekend, it won't be like a regular programming. It will be Monday. So Monday we pick it up on page 112. So here up to page 111. That's where we left off. So 111. We start on the other one, 112. Any questions? Any questions here? Listen, I'll look for them here. Let me take. I'm gonna disable the indicators. I'm just going to look for those requirements. So for example, here we have an uptrend right here. This is the top. Does this candle engulf this one? No, I don't have an engulfing candle. So we move on. This is the downtrend. Does this one, this green one, engulf this one? No, that's not an engulfing candle. You see, I'm showing you how to practice this. Now, little uptrend here. Does this red one engulf this one? No. Downtrend, the bottom here, nothing is engulfed. You see here, this one almost engulfs this one, but then they're the same color. If they're the same color, it does not meet that criteria. So, and you see this stuff, you're not always gonna find it, but when you find it, you better be ready to enter the market. Oh, I found one. Look at this one. I found one here. So look, and I'm going to send this example to all of you. I'm going to send it. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions here on Discord. Nope. Okay. Look at this one. So we have the downtrend. I'm going to start it from here. Lower low, lower high, lower low, but look at this. Now it didn't completely change the trend. It kind of just range here, but you could have took an entry and won. Look at this. This green candle completely engulfs this red one. Look at this. If you draw a box, you could try this. Am I trading live today? Today I am not trading, only because I had 2 big wins this week. So there's no, like, for me, there's no need this, like, today to trade, only because I just came off of a big win pretty much. So I learned something. For me, if I win big, and this happens to a lot of traders, but when you win big, usually you lose sight of the risk and you're more prone to mess up. So for me, I'm just taking today off. It's Friday, but I will be trading live Monday. And I will even, when I go live, bro, I'm going to tag you. Like, I'm going to go on this channel and I'll just do this. Look, I'm going to do it right now so you get the ping. So I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to say DQ. I am trading live now, like this. This is an example. I'm just going to put it here as an example. So you should now be getting like a notification from Discord. Well, I'm on the way. Let me just get out the way so I can show you. You see, like here, let me know if you got that notification. That's what I'm gonna do, because I definitely don't want you to miss when I trade live. Let me know if you got that. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna make sure to do that, DQ. I'll make sure to do that. So yes. But pretty much all my trades, I'll be taking them live. Now, that last one, it happened so quick. If I would have got on Discord, I would have missed the trade. But I'll just get on before that even happens. So look at this. If you do a box, let me do it. It's gonna be the other way. Let's do it this way. You could try this. You could practice this. You could put a box around the second candle and then go to the first one and ask yourself, is this candle inside of that box? Like, look at this. This one completely engulfs that previous one, and it does, right? So look at what you do now. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna make it another color so I could send that in the example. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for the example. Look at this. You could enter. So when this one engulfs, if you enter aggressive, you could enter at that break of the candle. If you don't, if you just wait for this one to completely engulf it and cover it, you could enter up here. Now your risk to reward goes down, but let's just say you put the stop loss right below that wick. That would have been a 1 to 2, almost 1 to 1.88. Like, you could have won there. Now, if you entered aggressively, which I don't recommend for people to enter aggressive until you like understand everything, until you have been trading for a while. But if you would have entered aggressively, then you got a 1 2 3. Look at that. 1 2 3 risk to reward trade right there with that engulfing candle. Of course, if you're entering aggressive, well, first of all, you shouldn't do it, because if you're entering aggressive, this could pull back, and now when it closes red, then it's just continuing the downtrend. So I still wouldn't recommend that. I would still say do the safer thing right there, and that's still almost a 1 to 2. So at a minimum, you got your 1 to 1. Now, this is not the most optimal example, only because the market didn't keep going up. So it didn't really reverse, but that is an engulfing candle. So you know what? I will send it with that disclaimer. So engulfing, so bullish, this is bullish, engulfing. Candlestick, yeah, candle or candlestick pattern. However, trend direction did not change. But at least you got a clean 1 to 1. I'm just gonna say 1 to 1. Just 1 to 1 plus. So I'm sending that again. I'm telling y'all, it's not on. It's the only reason it's not the best is because the trend did not continue going up. That's the only reason. But I'm not gonna, I guess as homework, you could find one that actually continues the trend. I'm copying that link and I'm sending it here. Oh, you said if that's a morning star? I'll take a look now. I'll take a look, bro. I'll take a look. Let me just send this here. So for the morning star, you need 3 candles. Let's see if we have 3 candles here. The only reason, so it's almost there. It's almost there. I see what you're saying. The only reason why I wouldn't call it a morning star, and I love how like on point you are, because this is a similar pattern. Like I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I would just look for something. I would look for the morning star pattern. I would look for this red candle to be at the bottom here, and then like that's really the only difference. This red candle just needs to be like more at the bottom, not like in between them. Not like I could draw a line through them like this. That's the only reason, but that's just a detail, bro. Like you really got it. Like just bring this down, and now you got a morning star candlestick pattern. And why? Because this green one really, like, as long as it goes past the halfway point of this one, you got the morning star pattern. The only problem is, why do I want this at the bottom? Well, this one had buying activity that almost equals all like these 2 candles here. That's really why I wouldn't consider it a morning star, because I would need the market to push down and then lose momentum here. Like it lost momentum, and then this next one, just buyers come in aggressive. Does that make sense? Like, is that making sense? But you are not like, you're not off, bro. Like, we just need that red candle to be down here. Like, even if it was below this, you see, like, even if you go below, like if this red candle would have been below this line, like you're good. Even below this close here. I just don't like that wick in between. That's it. Perfect. But yo, DQ, I really I congratulate you, because I will say this, you're learning this stuff fast, bro. Like I didn't even, like, honestly, the candlestick patterns, I didn't really even learn them until like now. Like I learned other stuff first, but this is like foundational. I should have learned this stuff first, and you're just picking it up. Like you're picking it up. I want to publicly congratulate you for that. And you're picking it up quick. Like you're spotting, you seeing the patterns, and like you spot it, and you're like, yo, like, is that this? So it's just some minor details, but bro, like, I'm proud of you. I'm just gonna say that I'm proud of you, bro. And I'm proud of everybody here. I just gotta give him his flowers now, because like, that's impressive. So yeah, that was the one example. Any other questions? Any comments? We have 5 people that stayed here watching. Like, I thank all of you. Like, you guys are literally making everything better around here. You guys are growing the channel. Like, And this is gonna take time. I know that. I'm gonna say this. I know that it's gonna take me getting even better results, and I'm working on that. Of course, I'm in my journey. But I know that once the results just go to a next level, I know that then even more people are gonna be interested. So that's okay. I'm just gonna say this: you guys got it good because, like, I learned this from my mentor. Of course, I applied it. I've been working at it. Like, I know how to trade. It's just working on my profitability now. But you guys are getting all of this stuff right now. Like, there's gonna be things that's not gonna be accessible to most people eventually. Because, for example, you think that the Discord for new people, not for you guys, whatever you got in at, that's where you stay. But you think that when I'm withdrawing like every week from the market or every 2 weeks, and I'm withdrawing amounts that surpass my job, you think the Discord is gonna be $69.99? No, it's gonna be an investment. Like, it's gonna be, if it's monthly, it's gonna be a high amount. If I say, you know what, let's do this into like a yearly investment, it's not gonna be like $500 or $1,000. It might be even more. Why? Because at that point, like, we are all certified. Like, we have the results. We could just cut your time even more. So we will be saving you so much more time. But you guys are getting in at the point where it's like we're just all grinding. So when we get to that point, it's gonna be even more of an investment. So I will always help people. I mean, I will always answer questions, Instagram, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna like not answer questions, but to get the real-time access to what's going on, that, of course, that has value. So yes, let me read the comments and then I'm out. DQ, much appreciated, fam. Thank you, bro. Vashi says, yes, DQ, your foundation gonna be strong in recognizing candles and patterns. Keep going. And DQ says, thanks, Vashi. Try my best to learn it all. Yeah. Listen, and I have to say this, and I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Vashi got, like, her knowledge, like, you can't fool Vashi. Put it that way. Not that I would ever try, but if anybody ever tried to fool her, like, you can't. Like, her, like, she's solid, and I love that. Like, she will ask you questions, and that's how we gotta be. So I think we have a strong group. I think we could all, like, at least the people that's showing up every day, we could all really make whatever goals we have, we could accomplish them. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some losses, but as long as we are learning from those losses and we're not letting those losses be huge, like, that's one thing I learned. Listen, I'm gonna leave with this. What I learned from this this first half of the year, what I learned is this. Like, look, listen, you're gonna learn, like, you're gonna lose, right? But lose fast. You don't have to, once you lose, there is no reason to stay in that position. That's what I learned, like, this first half. Like, I internalized it. I heard it before, cut your losers fast, let your winners run. I heard that, but it didn't, what's the word? Like, it didn't click with me until I was letting my losers just kind of like, yes, I have my stop loss, and I'm not changing my stop loss, but I had my stop loss in unnecessary places. Like, look, this position did not work. Why are you still in it? Right? So I learned to lose fast and to win big. So my risk to reward ratio is higher. Last month, my win rate dropped. It dropped, but my profitability was there, right? But this month, something interesting is happening. My win rate, my risk to reward is still there, it's still high, but my win rate is increasing. So it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I love what I'm seeing right now. I have never, since I started trading this life account, forget about prop firms, my life account, since I started trading it in January, like, I've never seen what's happening right now. I've never seen myself getting this big high risk to reward trades with my win rate increasing. Like, this is the first time, and I think that has to do with everything that I learned. Like, all of the little failures that I had this past 6 months, I took all of that and I made something with it. I had lemons, I'm turning them into lemonade. So I want to encourage you to stay strong, keep grinding. Like, you're gonna have frustrating days. I've had frustrating days. I had days where I was like, damn, like, should I quit this? Like, should I be doing something else? I had those days. But then I thought about it. I said, if I quit at this, right, when I start that something else, I'm gonna have these frustrating days. And what am I gonna say? Oh, should I quit this and start something else? I quit that, start something else. I have the hard day. What am I gonna say then? So I realized, I said, you're gonna have the hard days, frustrating days in everything that you do. But what's gonna make you different is, are you gonna quit or are you gonna keep going? Are you gonna get through that rough patch or are you gonna keep going? Because if you quit now, you're gonna quit forever. If you quit at this, you're gonna quit at everything. Once you're a quitter, you're just a quitter at everything. And I'm not talking about if trading is not for you, if it's truly not for you, like you hate it, you don't like it, that's not quitting. You tried it, you gave yourself an opportunity, you left it alone just because it's just, you know, it's not for you. Not because you're losing, it's just because you don't even like it. You're not breathing, sleeping, like waking up to trading. It's not for you, right? Like, but if it's for you, like you love it, like you can't stop thinking about trading, but it's just hard and you're losing and now you want to quit because you're losing, that's different. That's different. If you quit, you're just going to quit at everything. So I want to leave you with that. I want to encourage you to get through the rough patch. I think I have gotten to my rough patch. Am I going to have other rough patches? Yes. But listen, don't quit. Stay strong. Keep showing up. You got my support. You guys hit me up at any time. I'm going to answer. DQ, I'm going to listen to your message right after this, and I'm going to answer. So, good morning, the one-stop trader. Good morning. Let me see what else. It's here. Hold on. Let me drink my water. Okay. Gotta have that the world is yours mindset. Yes. And I know you guys know that mindset comes from Scarface. Like, I'm not gonna lie, listen, Scarface is my favorite movie. I have watched it like so many times. I think over 20, at least over 20. And I'm talking about like this past 2 years. So that's the mindset. Like, the world is yours. I mean, I'm not, if you guys haven't watched the movie, which I'm sure mostly everybody has, maybe. But if you haven't, I just love, forget the drugs and all of that. It's that mindset. Like, yo, he came here as an immigrant having nothing. And that mindset of like, yo, I'm not just going to be here like cleaning dishes and just doing this. Like, I didn't come to America to just break my effing back. No, like, I want more. And him looking at the one guy by the hotel with the nice car and everything, the nice clothes, and saying, you know what? Like, what does he have that I don't have? Like, that whole mindset. And then just working his way up. Of course, he did it in the drug world. We're doing it with the trading, but we're going to work our way up and we could really accomplish something big as long as we don't quit. So really, the one-stop trader over 100 times. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, I watch it all the time. I say 20. I don't know. I don't know if it's more, if it's, I definitely know it's not less. I'm just being conservative, but yep. Oh, you made a reel of him yesterday? Oh, shoot. Send it, bro. I don't know if you want to send it here or if you want to send it to my, or if you have it on Instagram, I'll check it out. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I see it. Hold on. Let me end that. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. You know what? Let me see if I could share it here. But yeah, I honestly, like, I watch it all the time just because, I'm not gonna lie, every time I watch that movie, every single time, it really, like, it just ignites that fire of like, yo, like, I'm not here just to play around. Like, I'm here to do something. I'm here to do something big, you know? And I always feel like I'm not just anybody and you're not just anybody. Yup, I see it here. Here it is, how I feel. The L's. This is him with the L's, like all, and the W's. Yeah, yup. I love that, bro. So yeah, let me make sure. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any. It's not the drugs, it's the passion. Yes, bro. That sums it up. It wasn't the drugs, it's the passion. Like, yo, the one thing is, if you guys, if anybody hasn't watched the movie, and yo, hold on real quick, we was at 479 subs and we just went to 480. Whoever just subscribed, thank you. I appreciate that. Like, thank you. Every subscriber, I appreciate every single one of you. Like, literally every single one of you. But talking about the movie real quick, yes, that passion. Like, when you see him act, yo, to me, and I don't know a lot about movies and stuff, but I haven't seen a single movie where you could look at the eyes. Like, you could look at Tony Montana's eyes and you just see it. Like, it's there. That passion is there. That determination is just there. Like, it's in the eyes, Chico. It's there. So if anybody here hasn't watched it, just watch it. Not for the drugs, but for the passion and how he just went for it. So I want everybody here to just go for it. You just go for it. Go for it. Like, I don't care if you're man, female, white, black, Hispanic. Like, I don't care what you are. Who's going to stop you? You know how many minorities, like minorities, period, from anywhere are making money right now? Like, we can't let our circumstances stop us. Like, one of my most inspiring entrepreneurs that I met him personally, because he was my boss actually at one point. My manager, like, he used to own the company where I used to work at. His name is Lance Bachman. He used to own oneseo.com, and I worked for him when he was like not starting the company, but he already had some employees, but I was one of that first batch. Listen, I met this guy. He was a millionaire already, and this guy, like, it was just pure, like, he was like a Tony Montana. Like, he was just the man. He was him, bro. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I met this man in person. Obviously, we had conversations. It was a small company, but literally just being around that, like, and this was my point. Later on, I found out, like, years later, I started watching his interviews because he grew. Like, after that, he was a millionaire, but now he hit like $100 million level and everything, buying and selling companies. Like, he's at another level. But through listening to his story, I found out that literally, like, as a kid, like, he was like pretty much abandoned, like neglected by his parents. Like, I think he ended up in the system it was like him and his sister. They just had a rough childhood. Like, they didn't have nothing. Put it that way. They went through like the child services system and all of that, children and youth, or whatever they call it in different places. But he went from the system to like accomplishing everything he has accomplished. It's like we, at least here in America, in the United States, we don't have an excuse. But honestly, a lot of places in the world, we don't have an excuse. I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm not gonna keep ranting. I get passionate about this. Let me read the comments. I love that the one-stop trader. I love that she says to the one-stop trader. Well, the one-stop trader has said, "Go for it and no quit." So same guy, different vibes. LOL. Yeah, with the real same guy, different vibes. And then you must have passion to even learn this game. Go for your goals. No one else will do it for you. Crawl until you can walk, then walk steady until you can haul ass. All right, well, that was my C. This is your hobby. The world is yours.